It's time for the Giants Baseball Corner Friday Morning Report for May 9th. With your host. Wow, that's a crazy long view, isn't it? It was a good week for the Giants. A good week. You know, I'm going to trim the front of this, so I'm going to make a move real quick. Should we pro it up and try that whole thing again? There's your level. It's time for the Giants Baseball Corner Friday Morning Report for May 9th with your host, live. It was a good week for the Giants, who took a series in Chicago on a couple of windy nights at Wrigley. The Giants took 2 of 3 from the Cubs, and they won their third extra innings game of the season. Extra innings are totally different now, with the zombie runner out there on second base. This is just a quick reminder here because life moves so fast now that it stupefies us. Don't think that's not on purpose. But a quick reminder here of the history of the zombie runner in baseball. In the rule book, it's called the automatic runner. Okay. Here at Giants Baseball Corner, we use the protocol zombie runner, which was coined by Dan Zim, or Fangraphs writer. Zombie runner. When we were kids and we played baseball out in front of our house and there weren't enough people, we had a ghost runner. A ghost runner is a specific thing already in baseball. That is to say, if I hit the ball and I hit a single and now I'm on first base and the next guy hits it and he hits a double and now he's on second and I'm on third, but we don't have another guy, then we put a ghost runner where I'm standing and I go to the plate. The ghost runner would then advance the equal number of bases that the next batter advanced, or one more base on a fielder's choice, right? So that's a ghost runner. Since we were little kids, that term's been around for a really long time. No, the zombie runner has done nothing to get there. He is truly the undead. The zombie runner was introduced to the minor leagues in 2019 and implemented in the majors in 2020, quote, as a part of MLB's health and safety protocols during the COVID-19 pandemic, close quote. It was originally introduced as a temporary rule, okay, a change that would only apply to 2020, but it will not die. It's a zombie. It was revived for 2021 and again in 2022. Finally, it was made permanent in 2023. So only 2 years now of the regular season having this permanently in the rule book. It is the 5th year of having the zombie runner on second to start the extra innings. Gabe Kapler was terrible at it. I kept a record here at Giants Baseball Corner. Right now, we're only showing this season. We're only talking about now. But used to be you could see all the links. And in the future, I'm going to change the site so you'll have more access. But I kept a total record of Kapler. He was like 0-6 to start. I don't think he ever had a winning record in a season at extra innings games. It was chaos. It got so bad, I remember that we would just pray, let's not go to extras, let's not go to extras. because we just knew we were going to lose, you know. Now, with Bob Melvin, it's totally different. By contrast, he is quite brilliant. On a windy Tuesday night in Chicago this week, Bob Melvin arrested a blown save in progress. I'm going to say that again because I want to record this for the single clip, you know. On a windy Tuesday night in Chicago this week, Bob Melvin arrested a blown save in progress, staving off a walk-off loss in the ninth to the hot-hitting Cubs, the National League Central leading Cubs, in the middle of Wrigley Field where it was rocking and fans were on their feet. He interrupted that, threw Eric Miller in there. So we went to extras. Then we failed to plate the zombie in the 10th with our best guys up there. That was Adames Chapman and Jung-Hoo Lee, 2 pop flies. We were mitigated. That place is rocking. They expect to beat us at Wrigley. Bob Melvin has in his pocket a little secret that nobody knows about. He left Eric Miller in, who was brilliant. Our big lefty was brilliant. So he could save Kyle Harrison for when we had the lead. Then the Giants scored 9 runs in the 11th to blow up the game, which is what everybody kind of talked about. But on Sunday, Bomel had DFA'd Lou Trevino and added Harrison to the bullpen for the road trip already. He basically had a starting pitcher in his back pocket. Melvin's looking more and more like Pepard in the A-team lately. You know what I mean? Yeah, I love it when I'm playing. The Giants won the hard-fought rubber match on Wednesday, the day game. Day game at Wrigley does not get better. Sorry, friends, but that's the thing to do. And they won behind 6 excellent innings from Robbie Ray, who is now 5-0. Lamont Wade Jr. had 2 hits in that game. His bat seems to be waking up, and it is welcomed. I really love Lamont Wade Jr. Here he is. In fact, the 100th splash hit hitting. We need him to hit. He's a valuable guy. I don't want to trade him. And this winter, there was a lot of talk about trading him. He had a run-scoring double and a single that loaded the bases in the 6th, but unfortunately, Sam Huff grounded to a double play. Huff was good behind the plate that day, giving a break to Patrick Bailey. It was a tense day. It was a tight game. It was the rubber match. We won that one. It was close, you know. And he was good. He had to be sharp, and he was. Unfortunately, he was 0 for 4. He was 0 for 4 with 3 strikeouts. So no improvement from the problem with Patrick Bailey, which is everybody talking about him not hitting. Meanwhile, Patrick Bailey started hitting before he sat down for a rest, making it even more complicated. We only have 2 catchers, and both are inconsistent at the plate. That's what's going on. Will Tom Murphy ever be back? Is he even going to be able to bat with his back being the way it is? Catcher is an issue still. Meanwhile, it's about a 6-hour drive from Chicago to Minneapolis, though I'm sure the Giants flew. I know that because John Shea writes as much today in the Standard. But he also notes that the Warriors are playing the Timberwolves and the Giants are playing the Twins this weekend. The former is in the throes of a death fight for the Larry. The latter, a spring road series against an interleague, somewhat irrelevant matchup. Here at Giants Baseball Corner, of course, we are only focused on the latter. The Twins are coming off taking 2 of 3 at Fenway and sweeping the Orioles at home. While they haven't had a day off and we arrive having rested, they do look better right now than they have looked in the season thus far. Shea writes, quote, "The Giants deserve to be in an upbeat mood after a series win at Wrigley Field, capped by Wednesday's 3-1 triumph, he calls it, over the Cubs. It was the latest impressive display by the Giants, who previously took road series from the Reds, Astros, and Yankees road series, and split with the Phillies 2-2, all of whom were predicted to contend for the playoffs. I would only say, John, that Yankees series was definitely weather affected. We didn't even play 9 innings in one of the ones we won, But they did look good. Jung-Hoo had his coming out party there. And I would have liked to have won the Phillies one, but you're right. They're looking really good on the road. And a lot of that is Bob Melvin's planning. We've been talking about that here. I really like that. I like that Melvin's making this kind of stuff happen. Let's see, what else did we have today? Sorry, my script is somehow out of order. I'm going to be long. We're at 10 minutes. Well, that's going to do it. My script is out of order today. That is the Friday morning report from Giants Baseball Corner.